I had a meeting in Beijing and I hadn't been there in several years. Instead of just flying in and out, I decided to use it as an opportunity to slow down, maybe even relax. So I decided to use the high-speed trains, which are really popular in China. It gets you to your destination so much quicker than a regular train, right? The departure was not relaxing. I had so much to do before leaving Shanghai that I arrived at the station with maybe 15 minutes to spare. It was so chaotic. I was breathless. I kept running. I was tired, but eventually I got on the train. The train ride itself was actually very comfortable. The seats were good, the view was peaceful, but I had made one critical mistake. I brought no snacks. There were different options to buy food on the train, but I haven't been on a train in years and everything required QR codes, ordering systems. I didn't have the energy to figure it out, so I starved while pretending to enjoy the scenery. When I arrived in Beijing, the first thing I noticed was the cold. Shanghai had not prepared me for that kind of sharp, dry Beijing winter air. Thankfully, I had my big coat. I needed it immediately. I took a taxi to my hotel. The drive was calm and quiet, and I thought I was finally about to rest, only to discover I had the wrong address, so I arrived at the wrong hotel franchise. At that point, I was weak from hunger, tired from the day, and it was very late. My options for food were shrinking by the minutes. Another taxi needed to be called. The receptionist helped me get another taxi, and I started heading to the right hotel. Eventually, I made it to the correct hotel. Check-in was straightforward, although, as required in China for non-citizens, I had to submit my passport for registration. Finally, I was allowed into my room. I ordered dinner, and by this point, I was literally trembling from hunger. Dinner arrived in the cutest way possible. The hotel uses robot room service, a small autonomous delivery robot that rides the elevator and brings food directly to your door. It felt really futuristic and slightly hilarious. The room itself was smart enabled, meaning it responded to voice commands for lights, curtains, but honestly, I was too tired to experiment. I ate, showered, and collapsed into bed. The next morning, I woke up early for my appointment at the Nigerian embassy in Beijing. The process was smooth and they were incredibly kind. Once it was done, I felt this wave of exhaustion hit me. I went back to the hotel and allowed myself a slow, quiet day. The following day, I was meant to leave for Shanghai, but something felt off. I realized I had lost a bit of my spark. There was a time when I would have landed in any city and immediately gone exploring, Now, here I was in Beijing, tempted to just sleep in my hotel room the entire time. So, I decided I was going to push myself gently. Getting married and having children changes lots of people, and that's not a bad thing. But something that was quite core to my identity is my love for travel, my love for exploring, being a daredevil, and I didn't feel any of those things on this trip. I kept on looking for children activities subconsciously, and I realized that in as much as this change is a good thing and a natural progression, I really needed to find myself, and this is why solo trips like this for moms is a very good thing. It helps you discover who you are again. Anyway, I stepped out without an agenda and ended up wandering through a random mall. After about 20 minutes, I was exhausted again. I asked myself, what is wrong with you? I couldn't do anything. I was too tired. I really, truly wanted to go back to my hotel and just sleep, but I decided that was not going to happen. So I stepped out without a real agenda, and almost immediately I stumbled upon something I wasn't expecting. Right there, just a short walk from the hotel, was this absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous cafe. It looked like something out of a fairy tale. An enchanted forest. It was so beautiful, tucked inside the city. There were plants everywhere, climbing walls, wrapping around pillars, hanging from the ceiling. Oh my goodness. The tables were glass with delicate florals and little details between them. Lemons, petals, dried flowers. Even the lighting felt warm and golden, like late afternoon sunlight in a forest clearing. I ordered the most beautiful plate, a fresh shrimp salad with citrus and berries, yogurt topped with nuts and fruits, and this bright passion fruit drink that felt like sunshine. It was so beautiful. It was peaceful, it was calm, slightly magical, and for a moment I actually forgot how tired I was. I just sat there eating slowly, watching the people move behind the bar, listening to the quiet hum of the space. It felt like the kind of place you accidentally discover when you're meant to slow down. And I realized something. Maybe I haven't lost my spark after all. I walked around the cafe, and I'll just let this part speak a little bit for itself. On the way out, I made a spontaneous decision. I went to Popland, what I like to call Labubuland. And it's strange because this was such an odd choice. You're a mother, you always go to Disneyland, Legoland, and these playgrounds with your children, and you get this opportunity to travel so far from home. And the first choice of where to go for fun is Labubuland, another amusement park for children. Well, at least mostly for children. You know, I didn't know who I was anymore. But anyway, long story short, I ended up in Labubuland without my children. That alone told me how long it had been since I did something purely for myself. I loved it though. The colors, the creativity, it was all just very nice. I'll let the footage speak for itself. Even though I loved it, I was still tired. And more than anything, I was ready to go home to my babies. I had about 30 minutes before departure, so I relaxed in the business class lounge. It was calm with comfortable seating, charging stations, light snacks, and just everything I needed in that moment. Soon, an attendant came to escort me to the train. She helped with my luggage, walked me all the way to my carriage. Inside, there were only about 5 seats in the cabin, making it incredibly private and peaceful. The seats reclined fully flat, which felt like absolute luxury after the previous days. The service was impeccable, and this was just the comfort I needed, nothing less. My journey back to Shanghai was smooth. It got dark really quickly, so the scenery faded, but this time I made sure to get snacks because I was getting quite hungry as well. I even had dinner served on board. This came with the business class tickets. Arriving in Shanghai, I felt grateful I had made the trip. The girls were already asleep, so I didn't get the cuddles I was hoping for. But I was home, and that was enough. I went straight to bed, stretched out, and smiled to myself, excited to tell my babies about Labubu land the next morning. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think about Beijing and Labubu land.